What's up, guys? We have another special episode on Comfoodication. You're gonna get to meet my friend Emo, who I met about a year ago at a homeless shelter in San Bernardino. Now he's trying to get back on his feet and just recently got baptized. I had the privilege of sitting down with him and eating some Panda Express and hearing his story. Here we go. All right, so I asked Emo what he wanted to eat for our interview, and he said Panda Express. So we're gonna pick some up, and I'm super happy he picked that because I love me some orange chicken. Let's go. Yeah, could I get chow mein with orange chicken and black pepper chicken? I'm here with my friend Emo, who I met probably about a year ago at the shelter in San Bernardino, right? Yes, it was probably about a year ago. And then, so we'd hang out, we'd do, dinners on Thursday night, and then it kind of progressed to Saturday. You started coming to church on Saturday at the San Bernardino Adventist Church and doing Bible studies. And then just recently you got baptized. You got baptized last Friday night. That's a huge milestone in your life. And
First of all, I just want to say thank you for my friends, my family. Thank you for accepting my mom as another angel. Thank you for the situation I'm in. It could be worse, but I know you see better. Thank you for my daughter. And thank you for a proper future. And again, thank you for the friends and family that you put in my path. And may the words that I speak be encouraging to others. Amen.
So Emo, he wanted Panda Express. So what did you get? What did you get, Emo?
I got some orange. I got some teriyaki chicken.
Oh yeah, that's good.
And some broccoli and steak with some
of that chow mein
and rice.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, some good stuff.
Yeah, I already pretty much ate my my meal. I had some orange chicken and black pepper chicken and chow mein. And so I just kind of wanted to get your story, kind of your journey of what brought you to this point right now.
Well, where my journey begins, I was born in Pasadena, LA County, Pasadena, California. My journeys took me to Riverside, Oceanside, San Bernardino. I was working when I was in Oceanside.
What were you doing?
I was doing general labor, warehouse, working for a temp service. What put me in this situation at the moment in present time? I was in Oceanside at the moment working. My uncle called me from South America, and he told me, he was like, my mom wasn't feeling right and wasn't acting right. So he sent me, he was like, stop working, go check on your mom. I'm concerned for her.
Because where was your mom at the time?
At the time, my mom was in Altadena in Pasadena, California. So that's what I did. I went to go check on her. She didn't get, my father and her didn't really coincide together. So I took my father with me on the journey to go check just in case it was a hard time. So we went up there. Of course, she didn't like my father at that present time. So she knew I was there, but she didn't open the door because of my father. You know, that passed. I went back and I was kind of working, and I was in a vehicle. I was living out my vehicle.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's where you were staying.
Yeah, I was staying in my vehicle at this present time, doing the whole time. I was staying in my vehicle in Oceanside. I came out here. My dad convinced me to work out here, so I started working out here through a temp service, going back and forth to work temp service. One day, I was leaving Rancho Cucamonga. I was leaving work. My brake light for my car was out, and they stopped me.
Okay.
Because of that, they were like, okay, your light's out. And I was like, okay, yeah. And then they were like, okay, do you have license and registration? I said, no, I don't have it. They were like, well, we have to take the car. So that's what was the minor setback of me being homeless.
Yeah.
So shortly after that, I stayed with my dad, maybe about a week or two in his vehicle. But then that's when I got introduced to the shelter.
Gotcha.
I started talking to 211.
The 211 is what?
211 is a county service that helps individuals find shelters and rental assistance. When I was at the shelter, the first time I was there, I had joined a class that was out of Valley College.
Oh.
And the dude from Valley College was like, hey, well, these are possibilities for you guys in the shelter. This is a possibility for you to do this trade, that trade, this trade. I'm like, okay.
Some
Options.
Yeah.
The introducing of welding, it sparked a change of me saying, okay, I'm tired of the $10 an hour to the $45 an hour that I could be making when I do go back to work, with the grace of God and the blessing of my friends and family and the understanding and the patience. I know that's another key thing is patience.
You gotta be patient. Yeah.
Be patient.
Yeah. God's timing is sometimes different than our timing.
And that's when I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this, you know. And I figured out like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm going to put my best foot forward because I know I can start it up. And at first I was nervous. I was nervous getting into the welding. You know what I'm saying? Even the connection, the sparks, it got me nervous. I was scared. I was like, oh man, like whoa, you know, like like it's dangerous. And at one point I did catch myself on fire. I did burn the shirt. I did do that. That's no lie. I'm trying to go to school for welding. I'm trying to get my GED.
Nice.
You know, I'm trying to accomplish myself back into the workforce at a higher level.
Wow. How has Fusion Ministry helped you along your journey? What kind of impact has the volunteers made an impact in your personal life?
During a period of time, I lost my mom. But everybody that is here now was there then. It's communication, friends, the company, good company. People need that in their lives. You know, these are the things that are tools to an individual that's trying to grow.
So is being with someone, just being with someone and just sitting there and being with them, being one with them, just listening to them, enough to show someone Christ?
I want to say with that right there, I want to say the compassion, you know, because he showed compassion to people. He showed a way to a person. He's going to show that compassion to be like, okay, you messed up yesterday, but here you are a year later. Are you better in spirit? Are you better in your mind? And is your mind better to receive the compassion that I'm ready to give you?
Talk to me about your spiritual journey, because you were just baptized a couple days ago, and kind of where has God taken you along a spiritual journey?
When I was 13, my great-grandmother, you know, she took us to church, Catholic, you know, and we went on every Sunday, went to Catholic school, things of that nature. And as I got older, I kind of fell out. You know, I kind of fell out and got into the world. I wasn't as much as fluent, but I see now, today, being spiritual, it does help. I watched some late night infomercials, and they had some church programs I kind of caught, you know. And I was looking and I was listening like, oh, their blessing is this, their blessing is that, and that they didn't have to worry for nothing. That's what it means to me to be in the spirit. Like if you're in the spirit, you're in the spirit. You're not gonna have to worry about it. And that's kind of, in a sense, when I was out there in Oceanside for 4 years, I was kind of in the spirit because I didn't have to. I was in the shelter, but after a while and me working so much, as far as shelters, I was getting cars. You know, I was staying in the cars. And he was providing with work. I don't know how he was doing it, but for 4 years he was doing it.
Man,
and
God.
He was just providing shelter here. Okay, in the long run, he provided shelter for me.
Amen.
And it was like, wow, where's this coming from?
Right.
But then again, I was, like I said, I was working. And then this opportunity came. Okay, this car came, that car came, this car came, that
And you knew it was only from the gift of God, right?
Exactly.
Right.
You know, I took them as is because I built on it. And I was striving to build on it. And that's what I want to do now. But my health is an issue. So I want to protect my health. So when I fight this battle, because I know it's going to be a battle.
Right.
When I fight this one, I want to win.
Right. You got to
physically and mentally, you know.
The armor of God. He'll give you the the peace, the patience, the strength.
That's what I want to build first, you know?
Right.
Get the health, get the peace right, get all that right, and then build. Take it from there and just build.
Yeah, get a good foundation of your spiritual and relationship with Christ, and you've taken that step by proclaiming to the world, you know, I'm gonna be a soldier for Christ by, you know, getting baptized, which was awesome to see. And we had probably like 40, 50 people there watching you, just cheering you on, and it was such a cool moment.
Follow Jesus Christ all the way. I will now baptize you in the name of the Father, name of the Son, name of the Holy Spirit. Let the church say, Amen.
And sometimes though, it's the devil's gonna work harder, which is kind of a, you know, kind of can be frightening, but.
And it's funny that you mention that, because I would say that situation is the situation when Miracle was telling me to get out.
Miracle is this super wonderful lady that, you know, took Emo in for some temporary housing, and so Emo's kind of getting back on his feet, you know, but obviously the goal is to find him some permanent housing, a stable job.
I hope, you know, I mean, I'm gonna keep that faith.
Right.
And he say, keep faith of a mustard seed.
Right.
That's a small seed.
Yeah, that's
really small. And he will provide.
Yeah.
And he will provide. Right. So that's what I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna keep that small faith.
Yeah.
And I told my father the same thing. You know, sometimes me and him get into it and we get into arguments, but I say, Pops, keep faith.
You're right.
I'll pull it off. Keep faith.
Because that's the main thing, you know, if you got that hope, if you got that faith, you can go a long ways.
And that's what I pray on, and that's, you know, like having this period of time in this moment that you guys represented to me, like to think, I want to succeed.
What's, I guess, your long-term goal? I know you have a daughter.
Yes.
Where's she living?
She lives in Atlanta, Georgia right now.
And so do you want to eventually?
I want to be with her eventually. I want to live the rest of my life, because God gave her to me. And I told her this today. A lot of people tell me she's grown. She's grown. Okay, she's 23 this month.
Yeah.
She's grown. She's grown. But in my heart and my soul, if the man upstairs gave her to me, that's the only person that can take her away from me. Because all I asked was for one.
Right.
And he gave me that one.
Yeah.
He gave me that one. That's my baby. But I want to be with my daughter. And I want to go into the workforce with my daughter in a better light, in a better way.
Right.
You know, that's why I want to take the time and get educated. Take the time and get spiritual. That's what I want to pass on as a legacy too to my daughter.
Wow.
Not just a building or a ship.
Right.
But that too, you know.
Yeah.
And to say, okay, my dad did do something in his lifetime. And that's all I want to do, you know.
So is there anything that you would want to tell, you know, someone who's going through difficult times, maybe lost a place to stay or looking for a job? What advice would you want to give them?
Inspiration, you can find it anywhere. If you gotta take that time to sit down and find it in yourself, though, too. You know.
Right.
And basically, that if you can do that, you will prosper.
Did you find it difficult, like when you were going through tough times? Because sometimes it's easier to get discouraged and not really find what you're passionate about, because you're trying to break this negative state of mind when you're going through tough times. I
mean, I struggle. Yeah, I struggle. Everybody struggles.
Right, yeah.
But I had that faith of the mustard seed.
There you go.
And I asked them. You know, I said, okay, how can I fix this situation? It's many nights when I was out there in Oceanside for 4 years. I slept out by the beach. I woke up the next day to go to work. I didn't want to go to work the following day. You know, because I was so down and out. But the faith of a mustard seed kept me going. My strive, my strength kept me going.
Amen.
And it was like, okay, if I could pull this off today, what about tomorrow? It kept me going, thinking of my family, thinking of my mother and my father, thinking of my daughter. What can I do to make them at least feel better off? That their son is out there doing something.
Yeah.
And at the moment in time, you know, like, I knew I was walking. I don't know, it was just certain things happened, and I knew it was the man upstairs. when I was walking out there for the 4 years, I knew it was the man upstairs.
Man, that's giving me
You know,
chills.
like I said, like the blessing of the shelter, the cars, the things of that nature.
You put yourself out there.
Yeah, and he put them people in my path.
Exactly.
And he was like, here, okay, network over here,
It's like
do
a
this.
two-way street. You know, you got to put some effort in, and God will bless that effort. You know, I think it's easy to be like, no, I'm just gonna wait till God gives me something good, and then you don't put any effort in. And it sounds like you figured it out quick, where it's like, I'm gonna put some effort in, and God's gonna bless my effort. Dude, that's awesome.
And that's just me, you know. I mean, that's what I want to do with my life, you know. I want to go for gold instead of bronze. You know, I want to go for the man upstairs gold though, because his is solid. You know, the world gold is not solid.
It's fake. It's like fake gold.
Fake gold. So yeah, but the man upstairs is gold.
He wants the best for you.
Yeah, he gonna lock you into place and put you in positions, and he has. Like I said, I've been through so much, and just a blessing to have friends, family, and understanding and patience. You can't sit up there and say that he doesn't work miracles. Like I said, I seen infomercials late last night to where he does work miracles. I've heard it.
You're right.
You know, I fell asleep listening to it, like, okay, he did this for me, he did that for me. Oh, I was flat broke, but this happened. That situation happened. I'm like, wow, I'm comparing them to what I've been through, and it's like, wow, like, okay, they're similar to what I've been through. Yeah, they're inspired to say, okay, you can't quit. You know, you can't quit.
And that's what I hope the people watching this take away from your story, because you know, even just talking, you're an inspiring story where you have the motivation and you want to better yourself and better your situation. And so people who are watching this, who are in dark times, could be, you know, lost a job, lost a family member, but you can't quit, you know, and that's what you keep telling yourself and telling others, that you can't quit.
No, you can't. And then at one point in time, and when I was dealing with the Oceanside area, I had 3 jobs.
In abundance.
I had 3 jobs. I'm like, whoa, I had the 99-cent store, a plumbing job, and then I was tied into a temp service. So, I mean, I tried and I put my best foot forward.
Yeah, and God bless you for that.
And God blessed me through the trials and tribulations.
Man, so I just want to thank you for sharing your story, sharing kind of, you know, the journey that you've been through. And man, it's inspiring. It's inspiring me to just listen to it, and I hope people watching are inspired by your story. Because, I think having that faith of a mustard seed that's huge.
That's a biggie.
Right, that's a biggie. If you don't have that, then life is going to be even harder, where if we have something to hang on to hope for, striving for that heavenly gold, then you can definitely make it through tough times.
So is a friendship, a relationship enough to change someone? Is that enough to show someone Christ?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, because I mean, like I said, like, if I didn't have you guys as friends, I would be stuck. You know, I'll be out here on the street, and I don't want to be stuck. You know, I don't want to be in a wrong place or a wrong time. There's enough of that going out there in the world. You know, for you guys to step up and do what you guys are doing, and just taking the time in the presence, just to be in my presence, is like, man, I thank you guys. You know, thank you. You know, real talk, thank you. Like, everything, you know, like, and just to go out with you guys, hike a mountain, you know, that's an experience, you know? Yeah, that's an experience, man. It was nice, man. I liked it, you know what I'm saying? Just the company, just, you know, and just, you know, to learn off of each other. You know, I learn off of you, you learn off of me, and now I have an open mind to say, okay, Christ is beautiful because I'm around Christ-like people.
Thanks for watching this episode of Comfoodication. I hope you were just as inspired as I was listening to Emo's story. If you want to donate to Fusion Ministries, there's a GoFundMe link in the description portion below. And join me next time as I focus on the able and not the label.